talking point. All right, we're live. What's up, girl?
Hey, Mariah.
How are you?
That was a fun little smoke sesh we just had backstage, girl.
I haven't had to smoke. Like, I wake and bake this morning too fucking much, and then it wore off, and I was like, nope, we got to do it again.
It's been one of those days. Everything's wild. Everybody's live.
It's crazy. Like, I seen AD's live. He's talking about Uncle Dub, and it's funny. I mentioned, or you mentioned Uncle Dub the other day, and I heard you say something, and I wanted to say thank you. You said, I think it was on April's panel, something about, Mariah is getting numbers or views right now, so of course they're gonna, hate her or something along those lines. Do you remember when you said that?
Yeah, because, well, it's not just now. Like, it's been happening.
Right, right, right. And although my channel doesn't pop up for a lot of people, it does have more views than most of the other reactors, and to be honest, the rappers that I've interviewed.
Yeah, I'm okay. So technically, they would consider me to be in a troll community, which not all of my subscribers are that, but people want to believe that. But I only have 300 and some subs, and I
You
get
get
triple the view numbers on my shows.
Yep, you get great numbers on your shows
Yeah.
because you know what you're doing, but you also get good numbers when you make a short because you're creative. And it
Thank
shows.
you.
It's true.
Thank
It's
you.
true.
Thank you.
I mean, I've been
Yeah,
watching. You've popped in and out and off and on here. Originally, I knew you as Andrea Knows.
yeah, that's
And we're
really what
back
I've always
to
been
that.
over all the years.
Right, right. Yeah, and we're
The
kind of back to
same.
that. Alchemy. Can I ask why Andrea Knows alchemy?
Well, I wanted to add that on there because back in the day, I got the name Andrea Knows because of a guy that I was supporting his channel for a long time, and then one day he just wigged out on everybody, and it was kind of like an inside joke. He was like, Andrea knows. So I just kept it. I thought it was funny, but really, I could
Now,
put anything. Andrea knows she doesn't know anything. Andrea knows how to turn a light bulb. Andrea.
right, any fucking thing, right?
So I figured, yeah, I just wanted to fill the gap with something, and that just came to mind. I had been reading a book.
Well, no, it fits you though, because even back in the day, like when I first came around, you seemed to know more about the truth of the things going around than most people, even though I considered you a troll. I still seen what you would say, and it for the most part was truth that I could see, and I've been watching that for a long time. So the name Andrea Knows kind of fits you, to be honest.
Oh, nice. Thank you. Yeah, I
Sure.
saw all the stuff that happened, and I definitely ran with some shit about you that I
Yeah.
had no freaking idea what I was talking about. But
Cool.
when
It's
we're
all
all
good.
trolling, it's like none of us know what we're talking about.
Exactly. People will hear shit and run with it. That's human nature. I'm not gonna hate you forever for it. That's so silly. I never hated you in the first place for it. You know
Yeah,
what I
and there's a
mean?
learning curve. When you're in new areas and people act different, people do things differently, and it takes time to learn it. And I guess I didn't do my research on you. I really didn't care to. I just wanted to do what I had to do to get through whatever troll I was doing at the time. And if you came up, then it was like, oh, well, screw her and her liver or whatever.
Always exciting.
She kills dogs like me. Wee.
And I was brand new and I was very dumb and didn't have a clue what I was doing and didn't have a clue about the community aspect of YouTube. So, that was a whole different time frame for both of us, I think. But yeah,
Yeah.
AD is fine. I'm gonna see what he's talking about because I noticed you mentioned Uncle Dub the other
Yeah, I did mention I like Uncle Dub, and I also said that I thought Uncle Will was like a great value Walmart version.
day. Here's the thing with Uncle Will. I really think he's a good person, but I don't understand why he goes so hardcore with one side.
Same. Exactly. I've always thought the same thing. Like his little sandwich thing in the early days, I was like, this is cute.
Right.
And now it's like, I don't
And
know.
then crime stuff,
People
and then
change. People
it's like,
change.
I just don't understand. At some point, you have to realize some of the stuff you're saying is wrong, or it's at least skewed somewhat. And it's like at that point, just be honest with people. They see eventually. We've all been on here long enough. That's kind of how I feel
Yeah.
about it.
And it's also like their biggest thing is like, what drugs everybody's doing. It's like, how about this? Everybody's doing drugs. Next.
Right. Groupthink. And one day they'll ride hard for each other. Then the next day they're battling their enemies. They're going to war. Then 2 weeks later, it's I don't fucking know.
It's a shit show. Okay, what flavor is AD on this week? What character is he? Is he a priest? Is he a fighter?
He always likes to hear his own voice. Let's see.
Okay.
And then just start. I told you 2.5 minute beat. This is how well you listen. I said I want a lot of bass.
Okay.
I said I want a lot of fucking bass, and I want it 2.5 minutes. Bro, you made a disco track 7 minutes long.
Who's he
a
talking
disco
about?
Track.
Uncle Doug? Let's see who he's talking about.
You can make 2 beats.
He's making a radio station, I guess.
You need a whole bunch of shit. I've been in studios. I know how they make beats.
Studios.
I know a dude that charges 20.
Do you think AD's been in studios and knows how to make beats?
So he's LARPing as a producer or something.
Well, he wants to be Ryan Upchurch's next manager. Him and Kurt are fighting for the spot of manager and videographer.
Stop it, Mariah. Captain Kurt, you and AD need to get a room together.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I'm saying they're vying for that spot. B-Loose is screwed if they do develop this talent because, watch out. I don't know what he's doing.
$20 an hour to make beats. Got a whole home studio. Fucking keyboards everywhere. Badass setup. Sound system that plays back. All that shit, dude. Anybody could pay to go there and he'll help you make a beat. He's worked with Skrillex and shit. He's toured with Skrillex. You know who that is? I'm not going to name drop because you guys are weird. You could probably figure it out because there's not too many good fucking DJs up in Minnesota. But yeah, I come from the music people. A lot of them are people pretend that they're combat arms or come back and tell stories. And for us that have been there and been through it, it's just ridiculous, dude. It's like listen to someone probably.
All right. I respect his service first and foremost. How do you feel about everything else though?
About AD.
Yeah, because I think they're going to say that you're a flip-flopper because you used to support AD pretty hard. And now he's, saying you're out here mooing or whatever.
Well, here's the thing. People change. And by supporting, I was viewing his channel because he was talking about something that had something to do with something that I was interested in at that time.
Right, which is why I watch people.
Yeah, that's the whole idea. And he would invite me up onto his venue, and I obliged while I was there. I don't feel like if I get, I just I didn't stop supporting him. I never stopped supporting him, I guess is it.
Right. You never stop supporting him, whether he's talking shit on you or talking good about you, whether you're good with him or not. You've never stopped supporting him.
Yeah. Same. I mean, just like with Snaggy. I know Snaggy from here, and nothing's ever happened, but I haven't been around to see him and high five him, but he's not crying about it.
I observed, obviously he had a drinking problem and he did some stupid shit, but I can name everybody pretty much that's done some stupid shit on here. We all have.
Here's the deal. If I was used to you coming to my channel and I really missed you, I would come over to your channel and say, hey, how you doing? Where you been? Why haven't you stopped by? Yeah. It's really that easy.
Yeah, it is. But people don't know how to communicate, I feel like.
Or he just wanted it that way.
Which is, the more
to make it messy and all that stuff.
Yep, to screw it up and skew the line.
That's never gone fishing and telling you about fishing, and you're like Uncle Will or something, right?
Yeah, that's why my buddy tells everybody he's bit by a shark.
What is this battle over who's more country?
Who's that person?
Well, people ask you, they'll be like, "Oh, how'd you get blown up? How many do you kill? How many?" You're just like, bro.
We were like a month after he got back and was, healing up and everything. We went to the mall and his recruiters that hang out in the mall. He yelled to him, was like, "Hey, what you do? Pull your hamstring?" He's like, "No, I took an RPG to the leg."
Yeah.
Those dudes were like, "What? Like we ain't never seen battle. Like we just been here at the mall."
Wait, the power stroke?
Yeah. Which I don't really like. For me, I don't really care like who does what. I respect all military, bro, no matter what.
Oh yeah,
it's a sacrifice. Like you're at their whim, And if they want to move you 10 times in one day, they're going to do that. And so it's tough for the family. It's really tough for like the army brat kids. If you talk to them, like Lori and shit.
Mhm.
Why doesn't he stick to talking more about the military? Because I feel like that's more his niche. Like, I don't really feel like he's that country rap kind of, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well, that's what it's always seemed like. Like, is he into Ryan because of the country rap? Did he like Ryan before the true crime? Like, where did he even get acquainted with the country rap?
The
Has he
story I
always?
heard today was like during the true crime, he was interested in that, but his wife also already listened to Upchurch, kind of. So he kind of threw his wife in there to kind of explain it, I guess.
Oh, well, that explains a lot.
So I'm guessing he hasn't really listened to a whole lot of Upchurch, and it's kind of taken the funk a little bit, probably.
That would explain why his wife's kind of supportive to his online fuckery.
Right, because she might be wanting to go to Ghost Ranch. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I think she's actually
AB is trying to make an arrangement for his wife so he can watch.
Andrea.
Okay, let me stop, Mariah. Let me stop. Okay, go ahead.
Holy shit, let's hear it. Is that Power Stroke on the panel, I think?
I have no idea. I don't even know if I have AD's channel link.
That voice, I haven't heard it in a long time. I can put it in the chat if you want.
I don't know any of those guys.
When they did the true crime, there was some on panel with Upchurch because that was a big freaking deal. And I think Power Stroke and his dad maybe, and Kurt and those father-son reacts guys were on the panel.
Okay, yeah. So is Power Stroke the one that got the truck?
He got an old blue and white truck.
And then Kurt got a tattoo.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he had to pay for that himself.
I just wanted to point that out.
Maybe Kurt's smart and he doesn't show what
yeah.
besides the shrine.
Okay.
Because he definitely showed that. But yeah, I think it's Power Stroke.
He was an army brat, she said. It's a tough life, dude, because you like make friends at one school and then bam, you're at another one.
Yeah, I got my other buddy was an MP, and he was moved from Germany to fucking Korea and someplace else. He just now retired. He moved to fucking Alaska. But I wouldn't visit. I wouldn't stay with him for 2 weeks in Germany on the base in Frankfurt.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
So how do all these guys tie in? Like, we mentioned Uncle Will, and we mentioned like Power Stroke. How do they all tie in? Like Rusty Truck. They're all somewhat tied together. And you've always said multi-channel networking system.
Yeah.
I find that very funny.
Well, it's a net. It's networking, like Square Works Media. They're working the media they're creating their own grid,
and
essentially.
We're on the net.
And if you're not in it, I mean, if you're not part of their network, why would they want you going live and taking any of their ratings or anything?
Right, and then it's competition. Then they have to compete.
Yeah, because they'll push the viewers from one channel to the next, either by the power of suggestion, through community posts, sharing,
right.
That
What's
kind of
wrong
thing.
with authenticity and being organic and people following you and liking you because they actually like you? We don't do that.
Well, I mean, because they already know that, like, if they get seen outside of I'm going to call it a pasture, because they always refer to things like this.
Well, yeah.
But they've essentially created a gated pasture, and their viewers, once you get in, you can't get out. They can't come over here and chat.
Right.
No way. They'll be blackballed, trolled.
Yeah, you're right. And they stay away from people that know too much or might know more than them because that's a threat, probably.
Yeah. Sheep, wolves, and cattle, I guess. I guess maybe they do want to have like a funny farm.
It kind of is. I've heard the term like drama farming on YouTube, and that's what my son says. Like a lot of these lives are.
That's what Ghost of Shadows is, and MC Lamahawk. They specialize in drama farming. That's what sets them apart.
You can tell they ask the right questions.
Yeah, and see, I was kind of doing the same thing, but in reverse. That's why MC and Ghost especially don't like me.
Right.
In my area where I'm at, because I recognized what their parts were, and I was just trying to match that and go just reverse it back their way. And It gets
like reverse
tiring.
psychology, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Some people it works on, some people it doesn't.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
I gotta get my card. I can go on any military base,
I wonder if he's still actively live.
and we'll just have like a little website that we can refer to.
Yeah, here's
Dude,
what he's telling about his website.
one even remotely good song. Auto-tuned to fuck. Auto-tuned to fuck. Sounds like T-Pain.
Says the guy making AI music.
He cannot be serious, Mariah. He's
I don't
LARPing.
That's why people make fun of
It
you,
has
bro.
to be.
You're putting
He's
out
dreaming.
trash back after
Pipe
back
dreams.
after back. Nobody's gonna play that shit.
He got
You're not making the website.
too
Dude.
many times.
You're not making the web. I'm not putting you on my website.
He's not going to put Uncle Dub on his
country
website,
rap.
but he's going to be unbiased and
Your
fair.
shit's whack rap.
They're taunting him
that
because
sound
they know
harsh,
he's a
but
little
bro,
off.
you can't. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they do. They prey on people. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that he has a wrench in chops because he's actually very knowledgeable about the country rap shit, or because, well, they're dogs and they're boys? And,
Why are they trying to groom this Chop Easy guy? I saw AD's show. He's got me blocked, of course, but that Chop Easy guy, it was like, I don't know, it was like a mind warp.
You know, and if the Chop Easy guy is not into the drama shit, like doesn't know about the drama shit, somebody needs to take him aside and let him know before he gets deeper.
Yeah, he's getting really set up right now, and they're basically setting him up to troll him. He's getting buddy trolled. He don't see it.
Oh yeah, and then he's
as
got,
far
you know,
as I'm concerned.
Johnny's got a wrench and is on his panel. He's letting up, you know, wild people. He's got AD wrenched up, Charlie D wrenched up, but somebody that's actually been interviewing artists for 3 years, you know, over 100 of these guys that they have on their show every night. I am not allowed to even speak in there or have an opinion.
It's mad TV over there. It's not serious. These are people who've already given up. We're watching AD. He's already given up on his dream.
Right.
This is what we're seeing.
Yeah. It has to be either that or they're just LARPing. I mean,
he's LARPing it up now because he's given up on his dream. He really did want to make beats and sell them, but he doesn't have enough testicular fortitude to stick to a project besides just come on here and, you know.
Well, he's not ADHD for no reason. I mean, he really probably is, you know, I'm very ADHD, but it's hard for him to probably stick to something.
I mean, he's this big bad military guy that's resorted to calling people peanut butter crotch and
are you a peanut
putting
butter
his wife's ass pictures out. And
Right. Like I always tell my husband, I'm like, I am so glad that you are watching TV and at work and not doing this, because I wouldn't fucking be here.
Exactly.
My God.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, why would I get into a YouTube relationship with another person that even would do, like, the fact that I'm doing it doesn't mean that they should be too.
I mean, you are at an age, you know, and I've heard the Rooski shit. You're at an age where, woman, you can make your own fucking decisions. You don't give a shit what these people think, and you're living your life. So whatever on that. You know, they're all putting their dating on the website and bragging about it, you know, on YouTube, bragging about it, talking to each other in the chats and shit. It's weird.
It is weird. It's really weird how they tried to pair me with Rooski, though, so they could turn it into drama.
So if you meet somebody one time that you've talked to on YouTube,
here's the thing: he was trolling me the whole time. It was never like a romantic meetup or anything. It was a very awkward thing. It was basically me looking him in his face and saying, "Are you fucking for serious?"
Right. Why did you meet up though? Just to stand on what you said, or?
Exactly. I wanted to stand because he kept harassing me about it, and he was, and a part of me was curious.
Right.
I mean, I took all the proper precautions, obviously.
Yeah, you got to carry and protect yourself and shit. But I mean, obviously, you put yourself at risk there. But I feel like you're old enough and been through enough in your life, probably. You're not even old. I mean, we're about the same age. It's just I know I've been through enough that I can make my own damn decisions.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I don't need anybody to tell me what to do, and I don't like it.
People on YouTube to tell me if the decisions I made were a good idea or a bad idea, and then sit there and pick through them. You know, fuck that.
I get it. I'm with you on that.
It's like fucking weird.
Fucking sucks.
Yeah, I don't think
maybe the nicest guy in the world. Mokan might be the greatest man in the world. Nicest guy. If you were broke down on the side of the road, he'd stop and help you.
Probably.
No idea. Don't even know the dude.
AD's just running improv script right now.
I know he should run his mouth.
I got some work to do.
And then Mocon will be like, oh,
The old
he's talking
website?
good about me. I'm going to go back and watch AD and support AD. Maybe I can kick it in his chat. You know,
Yeah,
Mocon's getting
he's playing Eddie Haskell, boy next door act. I'm
Yeah.
not buying it.
all right.
He's
I
an
mean, and
evil
you say, like,
demon, and he's craving alcohol and meth right now, and so he does this instead. Sorry.
something like, and if that's the thing, like, if you got to do this to keep away your other demons and addictions, then I'm
That's
for it.
fine, but don't go find all the people that are on meth and watch them.
Right. And
And
that's
you're-
the thing I respect about you. One thing you said one time is that you would never troll people with like mental illness if they obviously were disabled or mentally, you wouldn't troll them because that's not right. And I agree.
Well, it's not right. And even if I was an evil person, it's not challenging. It's it's easy work.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not fair especially if they don't know.
For a
what's going on.
collective group of adults to dogpile another adult, I mean, it's just
You really gotta bully up,
cringy.
gang.
Everybody there is cringy, in my
There's
opinion.
strength in I guess numbers in some people's eyes, but I don't know.
It's gonna take a while.
What he's talking about. He's still alive.
I can get started. I think we got like 50 rappers to start with. And I'm gonna start compiling them with images and their little first. It's just gonna be one image and a quick bio, and then we'll just have like a little website that we can refer to. It's gonna be good shit. And then from there we can expand it, meaning it's just a huge catalog.
Does he know that this has been done by a lot of people in the reaction community, artists community already, and it never went anywhere?
Yep. I think he's just killing time.
Country rap heavyweights is what he's officially knocking off. It's been done. He knows the guy that did it. Rex is a troll. And
Rex Barcliff?
Not Rex Barcliff, not
Oh.
REX. This is Recognition. He's actually a wannabe rapper. He's a rapper, I guess. But he's been on panels before back in the day with me. But he knows Vic and all them. But yeah, that's he made a website called Country Rap Heavyweights, and it was a website with reactors and all the artists, and they did pictures and bios. Everything AD is explaining right now.
Oh gosh, he's such a copycat.
The website's not even there anymore. It went nowhere. Nobody cared.
And people can use it just to find whatever.
Nobody cared because they all go to YouTube for drama and
with some
music.
of the people. And then maybe I'll do a listening hour and I'll have them submit songs and we'll do like an AM listening hour.
And if you don't talk shit,
what do you guys
nobody
think
will be
that?
there.
Where we just listen, play. I know people like the reaction, or is that gay?
Isn't that what we're doing on YouTube already?
But I don't really want to do the same thing that they're doing. If I did it, I would do like more like an AM, almost like Vic. If I would be copying anybody, it'd be more like Vic.
Now he's admitting to copying people.
Yeah, he just gave himself up. Good job, AD. You do it every goddamn time.
And everybody refuses to acknowledge the fact that I worked with Vic for a year and did 3 shows a week with him. And everybody acts like, that never happened now because obviously, like we talked about before, people work together on things. But yeah, it's kind of interesting that he's now admitting to copying Vic. Wonder how Vic feels about that. No. Which AD says Vic is just a money hungry, all about money anyway.
Bad idea.
What time's Vic usually on?
He used to have a schedule. We used to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10
Nights
a.m.
or mornings? Oh, okay, so now he's talking about doing an AM show. Okay, gotcha.
But Vic is now totally random. Like, I don't even know when Vic does a show. I think him and Bird might be trying to do another show again like they used to, but neither one of them had their cameras on and shit, so it was kind of boring, It was just like, I don't know. But yeah, he's unpredictable right now. I don't know when Vic goes.
I could tell. I could see it in your face. I don't know. Stardust doesn't know.
Is Stardust his wife or something?
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen.
What'd you say?
No.
Is Stardust his wife or something? Or is that just...
I don't know. Maybe. Why? What made you say that?
Well, I don't know. She's been a mod, or he or she has been a mod for AD for a long time. But then again, so is Charlie D.
Oh, okay.
So just curious. Because who his friends are and who he's tight with. And it's like, why are they not in there on their name? It's just weird to me.
No
Yeah, I agree.
sorrows.
Be who you are. I heard
What's
you
up,
talking about
smart
that
mouth
too.
motherfucker? What you got cracking, man?
I heard you talking about like the whole be who you are thing. Like, I forget where you were talking about. I think it was this morning. Where were you this morning?
Cassie's probably.
I think you were talking about, yeah. Just
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it's ineffective after a certain point.
right. Well, it's not ineffective because it's still reaching ears that you may not know that it's reaching, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll call it the honey hole. No, I'm just
Oh
kidding.
my God.
You
It's
sound
so
like you're
gross.
copying Gobbledick's.
Right?
Oh, I forgot Gobble's got a
Especially when he
country
really
rap.
starts talking about shit.
No, he does reactions and he's got TOC. He's got a co-host. Does he?
Oh Lord, should we talk about Johnny's new country rap uncut show with TOC?
Oh.
Thoughts and feelings on that?
Well, I think the chemistry between them's funny.
Yes. I kind of think that TOC's almost trolling Johnny a little bit.
Yeah.
In a
They're like
nice
kind of
way.
going back and forth, taking turns trolling each other a little.
Yeah, which adds to the show. I mean,
Yeah, it's like Laurel and Hardy.
right. And I think Johnny can lean into the shit with TOC, whereas he can't with other people because he's so defensive.
Right. But you can
And
still tell that he's basically like, damn, he's embarrassing me.
yeah,
He
I
just
think he
wants
kind of
to
low
hear.
knows.
Well, that's why people like me enjoy it.
Right. And it's enjoyable. And I think Johnny is realizing that he's almost embarrassing himself when he goes on these shows because he went on Chops again last night and it was a train wreck. I mean, then him and Triple T got into the whole who can bash each other more and pulling up screenshots. Just shit show.
Oh my gosh.
You know,
Nobody's being real.
No, why do things have to go that way? But in the meantime, Andrea,
Because basically Triple T and Johnny interrupted somebody else's show. They were running interference, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and that's what happens regardless whether they post a link or not, because it's going to happen in the chat and there's going to be a fight.
If a panel person's hosting a panel and they say, I don't want any drama, I'm here for the music. And then you have people on your panel and they start engaging in drama and they have a past history. It almost looks like they came up there to interfere on your show and make it messy.
It does. And a lot of times, I don't know if that's the intent, but
yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like this Chop Easy guy, he's getting trolled by AD over there.
Yep.
And now you're saying, see, I do the sleeping. Like I'm a real early sleeper. So, and then you're saying that this happened. And now it's just making it clear to me, like Chop Easy's under buddy troll attack, like a more than one group.
Yeah, he needs to be warned or like awakened to the BS. And like also he swears Kurt's his dog, like they're best buds. But he knows Triple can't stand Kurt and he makes them keep it cool. But like it seems like Kurt's kind of afraid to panel up with anybody. Like Kurt's never there at the same time as Triple T. Or, it's just weird.
Yeah, and Kurt's not a strong panelist. The only place he's good at being on camera, but he's not good with others.
Right.
He doesn't play well with others unless it's just him and AD just sitting there together.
Yeah, because they get all the attention and I agree with everything he says. Some people don't like criticism or, being told that they're not right. And that's
right, because AD kisses up to Kurt because the closer he gets to Kurt, the closer he and Brittany get to Upchurch.
Right, and then Brittany's gonna love him forever, and they Kurt pulled the camera like he AD can put the videos together.
Knowing that AD's wife is a huge Upchurch fan is a game changer for me. If I wanted to stick around, I could stick around and troll AD for another 3 months just with that little information ammo.
Talking shit on you lately.
Huh? Oh, I know. Well, I think who knows?
Like she's smart. She seems like she's smart and everything, and I can't knock her for being an Upchurch fan before AD because I was probably an Upchurch fan around the same time as her, and I don't know how she keeps him in line or why she puts up with it. Rather,
well, he's told us his whole inner workings of his life, and he even described her life.
Right.
And I mean, for me, it just seems like that the guy that she had right before him was such a nasty man that AD was just like a little step up, and he fit kind of, I guess, his wife's category of that American normal family thing. But there's nothing normal about AD. If you were to drive by their house on a Saturday and see AD out there grilling and the kids riding bikes in the driveway or whatever,
Right.
you would think that's the perfect little Minnesota family. People driving by have no idea that that guy leaves the grill and goes and buries himself in the basement away from the wife and kids and plays with the boys on YouTube.
Well, you know, when he goes out to eat, date night has to be live too.
Like, that's where it gets nuts.
Yeah, like that was kind of weird for me because I've always liked AD and I like what he says and he's fun to listen to and he gets wild. Well, like when he starts going live out on date night and shit, I'm like, man, come on. You know, like
yeah, it's awkward, especially
yeah.
when you know that you're like swimming in a waters with, you know, shark infested waters with trolls and all kinds of people. And like, if I can, I don't even want my children, if they're around, making any noise in the background.
Exactly. Like not even a peep because people
Not
will
a
turn
peep.
it something.
It's quiet on the set. If there's an emergency, text me and I'll hit mute and end or whatever I got to do. But
people will be going live just in their atmosphere, just fucking showing shit. And there's the kids, and then you know they'll delete it later. But it's like,
well, see, that's what I'm saying. The day AD slammed the door on his children, did he think that he had it muted? Is that something that happens all the time?
I think so.
I mean, I've definitely had to hit mute and yell, "Quiet on the set."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I know what that's like, but in his case, he was like, "I'm a stay-at-home dad, and I take care of everything."
They had to go to daycare. Like another thing, if my husband was home and I had a 3-year-old and one kid went to school, and he didn't work, he would be watching the 3-year-old, not watching.
She doesn't trust him.
No,
she does not trust him.
No,
I mean, he broke her wrist and beat her dad up.
Oh damn! I didn't know any of that. That changes things.
You didn't know that AD has like beat his wife's dad up? He broke her wrist trying to fight her dad.
Damn, no, I heard that Kurt was like a mom beater or something like that, you know, in the rumors.
Well, we ended up finding out that Kurt, and these are his words because, you know, I'm not just making this up, that he was on a Xanax binger or something, and he was running from the police, and his mom got hurt by him, but it wasn't malicious. She got hurt in the process of him being caught on a Xanax fueled police chase.
All right, but there was paperwork that said, you know, something was
He beat his mom up. You look at the paperwork, AD broke his wife's wrist. If you look at the paperwork, Cat and Kurt probably broke his mama's wrist too. They're wrist breakers.
And sometimes paperwork is all we have with all the shit that goes on, you know, rumors.
Yeah. Don't go around breaking young girls' arms. That should be like the little jingle for Kurt and AD and their like quest to get close to Rye Guy.
It's crazy. There's this short on YouTube and it's Kurt and it's like, thank you, Ryan Upchurch, so much for the shout out. Thank you, Ryan Upchurch, for the numbers or something like that. I've never seen numbers like this before. And the song, Hey Boy, Hey Girl, is played in the background. Like, that's awesome.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
I think you're right about our conspiracy theory, though. The whole AD and Brittany and Kurt thing, Ghost Rich, we're probably right.
I think so.
Maybe, yeah, you're right.
The writing's on the wall.
Does he rate the music? London Dairy Cornflake? Does he? I've only watched Johnny a little bit. I don't watch his show.
Oh, yeah, right.
Ridiculous. That guy's ridiculous. I don't care what he has to say about music. I don't respect his opinion. I just don't. No offense, Gobbler. I will if you sell me that thing of Pokemon. I'm gonna need that up at you. Fuck, I hope he still has it.
Pokemon?
You know that fucking idiot has one of the rarest Pokemon cards?
Johnny has rare Pokemon.
You know that? I don't know how he got it.
He goes from rapping
websites
to Pokemon cards. I just don't get this guy.
The show does not have a clear or concise speech. Like ours does. We're obviously roasting and reviewing and everybody that's talking about country rap.
Oh my gosh, this is an asylum.
He's talking about Pokemon. It's a tangled web that we weave, I guess, apparently.
Did you ever see AD's? Did you hear me read out AD's community post about how AD's not medicated and he needs it?
No, but I should. What'd you say? Read it to me.
Oh my gosh. And I was like, damn, I took a screenshot.
Doesn't he say he got a shot in the neck or something that's supposed to last like?
Yeah, I mean, how do we even know that that's real anymore? Okay, so Snaggy said last night, some people have hurt others solely because they have felt threatened and hurt daily. 80 has done this. Truth is, I won't be silenced or victimized by evil people, lost souls, and malicious people. 80, you have certainly met your superior. I would have locked your damn body in a bag in Iraq, specialist. I don't know what he's trying to say here. I don't think it was in a bag. Let me see. Your Camp Rusty stories never happened. You are such a coward for pursuing a private court outside of the VA's checks and balances and findings. You take no medication, haven't been to the VA in years. You, sir, are the fake, and I will do everything I can to expose you. And you talk about this only being the beginning. AD, you're just my beginnings. Disclaimer, only by legal means. AD likes to make mountains out of molehills. Repent, AD. Turn away from your evil ways. AD, these are your choices. Grow up and get out of your basement. Buy a car. Touch grass. Improve your sad life. I pray for justice, you coward mouth.
Oh my God, that's great. So Snaggy is saying that AD pursued legal shit outside of whatever the VA was doing.
Right. Like I think that basically since they're veterans, they're both veterans. I'm not sure if that he could have gone to the VA if Snaggy is suggesting he reported it to the VA. I have no really idea what he's trying to say.
Right. Like, how did the VA get involved in the legal stuff? Maybe Snaggy got like medical information from him regarding him, but as far as the legal, like that should be state or county or what.
Well, yeah, he's saying that basically AD is not being treated.
Right. Well, I mean, maybe he should be. I don't know. How much of it's a lark? Like he says it's Camp Rusty, whatever stories aren't true, but he obviously is a veteran of some sort. So
that's scary. I hope we get to the bottom of it.
Look, let's think of the most girliest beta jobs that he could have done. What would they be?
I'm not really familiar with enough.
A cook? I don't know. Somebody says, oh, they're just a cook in the services. They weren't an actual, I don't know. I think that he did serve, and I do have a lot of respect for him for that. But yeah.
I don't think that gives him a pass to come online and be a total idiot, though.
It does not. There's bad everywhere.
I know lots of veterans going through it, and they're not doing shit like this to cope.
Oh, exactly. Most people that are going through it or are the hardened veterans, they're not online talking about it. They don't have to tell people what they did to, get that validation because they actually did it. They lived it. And that's different than a lot of people we see probably on here anyway. It's just crazy that, he could talk about that and make like a very professional, awesome show. He could even make money off of it eventually, but he chooses to stay in the drama.
Well, that's the thing. Even if he did want to do something serious, he's kind of like tainting it by doing all. He thinks because he deletes this stuff, it's gone, and it's just not.
No, because all the people that follow you are going to follow you where you go, and if you've got a bunch of trolls and trash, they're going to come and trash your shit up. I mean, it's you are who you associate with at times. So I mean, I don't know. He could do a lot better, though. I think.
Filthy Animal called him a low cow, and he freaked out about it. He was trying to get accepted by the trolls for some reason.
He calls everybody a low cow, and what Filthy says wasn't wrong. It was facts for the most part. So
yeah, I agree.
It's not like he said AD's on here, stolen valor or grifting. AD doesn't take money from people that I know of, and he doesn't have a cash app. He's not monetized. Well, and he obviously is a veteran.
That's how we know that it bought, like, if AD must have been seeking acceptance from the man. Mm-hmm. So now we know he was trying to be like a cool troll, I guess.
Well, yeah, he claimed he's a lone rider. He claims he's, solo over there and that it's Team AD only, and he don't give a shit. But then if somebody calls him a locale, obviously that affected him in some way.
Well, he wasn't just a one-way person when he was getting videos of people's court proceedings and all that kind of stuff.
Right, which, you've talked about Kurt ruining his brand for years, and another reason why I followed you and what you've said, because I agree. And, not that I could ever tell anybody that would listen to me, because they're going to ride with Kurt, because obviously he can get them closer to Upchurch than I can. So regardless of the facts and shit, but I feel like he was ruining his brand with the true crime shit and trying to troll and being a part of the troll communities.
Yeah, it all seemed like to me that Kurt was partly responsible for planting some of the crazy ideas.
Oh,
in
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it seems like that still goes on as far as YouTube. The drama and the ideas and some of the stuff that I think Ryan gets are from Kurt, because he might be online a lot, and he claims he's never online, Ryan anyway. But we know he watches almost everything, and he talks to Kurt about what goes on YouTube. So we can assume that he gets his information from Kurt.
Well, yeah, and I've reviewed like a year or more ago, Ryan, Kurt talking about the case.
Yeah.
And there was one particular live stream where somebody must have been helping him, but they went and made the live stream. His camera was on and everything, but they hit his live stream to start, and Ryan was nowhere to be found. They did it when he wasn't even in the room. And so you could hear all of Ryan's background noise. You can hear him talking to someone. And he came in and was like, "Wait, guys, what are you doing?"
Oh, we're live.
Yeah, do you know what I'm talking about?
It's messy. Yes, I do. The chair was there, but it was empty.
And then when Kurt came on, he was sideways.
Yeah. Yes.
And then he just started going on this conspiracy tinfoil rant. And it's just hell on wheels ever since.
Yeah, Ryan gets the information, and then he wants to, seem engaged and interact with his fans and make an impression and seem like, oh, he's really into this stuff. So are we. And then just gets down so far in the freaking hole, and then all these people are talking to him about it. So it just keeps going. I would have been like, whoa, let's, take a step back here. But it is what it is at this point.
Yeah, and a lot of people go down these rabbit holes, especially on YouTube. They don't have to be on drugs for it to happen.
No.
They could just be very inquisitive, spirited people, and they'll end up watching the wrong thing, and it twists their mind.
That's why I hate the algorithm, because I don't want to be fed the same thing. I don't want to see things constantly. I want to see different stuff, so I know the most about everything or more about everything. I don't want to see the same shit all the time. I already know shit about country rap.
Good point. I never really thought of it that way.
Algorithms bug the piss out of me. Even on our movie streaming platforms, I don't want to see what they recommend for me to watch next.
I'm with you. That shit drives me crazy.
I want to watch what I want to watch, and if
but guess what it does? It puts so much on our plate that we can't pick.
We can't make decisions anymore.
We're spending time just scrolling.
Wasting time, which is our most valuable, most precious resource. And the algorithm does that to us.
Oh, you're making me have an aha moment and an epiphany.
Yeah, I can't even do the streaming platforms because I'm like, stop recommending shit for me. I want what I want.
I am here with you for this. Oh my gosh, yeah.
We should do a show about dead internet theory or brain rot. That would be awesome.
Definitely. Look, I could talk about that for days.
Me too. Well, I can talk about anything for days, but I think you would be really perfect for that. And you're also perfect for roasting country rap because you bring a whole different perspective.
But I don't want these gangster ass B-rads from the boo pulling up on me and trying to scrap with me in the street.
Well, I mean, you got a ranch.
I don't fight with people that require a blood test first.
Well, I'll tell you what, if they've got more subscribers or more channel views than I do or we do combined, then they can have a voice and their opinion might matter. But unless
I'm a nobody.
Well, if you're doing the show with me, though, then you're equal with me, and that's how we roll. So.
Okay, well, cool. I mean, anything you want to do, I'm down for it.
You're the only person I talk to, so.
Cool.
I try reaching out to all these country rap podcasts like Chop Easy, Hickorbilly. I even reached out to them just to say, hey, I'm a female. I've been doing country rap shit. If you guys ever need a co-host or you want somebody to come on panel, switch it up, talk, whatever, I'm down. Nobody will reply to me. They straight up ghost me.
Because you're not part of the industry network.
Yeah, I'm not getting paid. I'm not following a narrative. I'm not rolling with no team, no side, no camp, and they don't want me involved. So we'll make our own fucking show.
Yeah, just review it, you know?
That's what I've been doing. I've been sniping like Uncle Dub, Bloodhound, Chop Easy, like not sniping them to steal their content. I've been watching them and observing and then making videos because it's what people are interested in.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
No, I mean, people are going to watch it because that's what they are interested in. So whatever, you know.
Yeah, but the problem will be when you've got those petty little people that'll go to them and say, this person's sniping you, and they did this in 1993, and they did this in 1999, and guess what their cousin did? You won't believe it.
Right.
You know, you can't sit with them. If you sit with them, we're going to bother you. We're going to troll you if you sit with people we don't like, type shit.
Watch how that person acts, and if they change how they treat me based on what somebody else says, they can either choose to have a conversation with me about it, or we can part ways. But that's the only two options, really. I mean,
it seems like it's only a live stream issue.
Yeah, everything can be solved with a conversation, but some people like to do it live for views because they get obsessed with the attention that they get, I think.
Yeah, it must be. I'm starting to get it now.
The addiction is really the attention on here. It's not Suboxone, it's not meth, it's not alcohol. It's really attention.
YouTube for me, it's just like when I used to have TV in the 80s and we had 3 channels that we had to turn with a knob. There was no remote.
Yeah,
and then, you know, a couple years later, we had the remotes, and then we had the smart TVs, and now we got all this stuff. And it's like YouTube's a new arena. It's like MTV and BET and Rap News Network and Troll Cow News Network. It's like Anchorman now. It's like everybody's fighting each other, the reactions. You've got the troll groups taking out reaction channels so that others can get
there. There's bot wars, there's, you know, hip hop culture, there's everything on here, and people will literally make their own content about other people and dogging on them. That's why I'm not part of a group.
Good, stay out of a group. Now look at that's why AD's acting the way he is. He wants group herd acceptance.
But at the end of the night, when he lays down, he's worried about what these people think, and his decisions are going to be skewed by it. I can go to bed knowing that I'm making my own decisions and nobody's influencing that. He's supposed to be an influencer. He has several YouTube channels with thousands of followers combined, you know, total, and he should be acting more like an influencer and making it more of a serious show. But
well, see, and that's kind of what I've heard a lot of people say about Ryan is that, like, why doesn't, or he has an influence, why isn't he more of an influencer?
Because
you guys are mirroring him.
Just the drama sells the music. That's the only way, you know. I feel like that's the only way he's ever been known, because he hit the internet right at the right time. He was young, the internet was popping, and he found a way to sell his music, and he got lucky, because other artists can't do that these days, even if they have more talent than he does. It's just he's an anomaly. He got lucky, but it doesn't take away his talent. It's just this is
like, then you have to think about, what about his brand? What is he seeing going forward? Is he going to see himself doing the same thing? Is he going to do more comedy? You know, he's a dad now. It just makes you think, like,
yeah, that's what I'd like to know. Like, you know, none of us really know what goes on, you know, behind the door. Probably not even Kurt. And anybody can assume whatever they want. But the important thing is that he is a father now. And whether the baby's his, people say it's not. I believe it is. It looks just fucking like him. Has the same hairline. The baby girl is his.
Well, of course, the drama communities are the first thing they were probably planning that as soon as she announced she was pregnant.
Supposedly it's Kurt's
baby.
It's
Deerdorf or some ridiculous tinfoil.
They said it was Kurt's baby.
That's funny.
Because Kurt went to Florida, or because Bethany went to Florida or something, like where Kurt lives, and I don't know if he still lives there or not. At the time he lived in Florida, and she went there, and they said that she got pregnant at the same time. So they were doing the math. It's funny.
They're so sick. That's desperation.
Right. Obviously, the baby looks just like him, and the important thing is that he's a father now, and yeah, if he wants to have a legacy, and
There's
truly be
people that
timeless.
are jealous of his child, Mariah.
I know, isn't that
It's
sad?
so sad.
He gets more attention than they do, and they're mad about
Do
it.
you know how many of his fan women probably lost their freaking bunny boiling minds when they found out that his
The ones that are
woman was
banking on
pregnant?
getting with Ryan Upchurch someday or something, you know.
Oh yeah, there's so many disgruntled ones out there now. It's not even
I'm
funny.
sad that he's got a baby girl and that his life could change for the better, and that to me is, that's disgusting.
And him and Patty are back good again, right? So she's in the child's life and everything.
I mean, I wish I knew for sure. I want to hope so. I've
Me
always said
too.
from day one, I have said prayers for the entire Upchurch family, prayers for the Kylie Rodney family, prayers for fucking everybody involved in the shit, because it was messy as fuck. And I wish it would have never happened because for his brand. As far as Patty, I mean, she did stupid shit too.
Yeah.
And one day, AD used to be like paying for Xaname's lawyer and then like kissing Patty's ass. And then now he's totally fucking, up church this and that and against the bitches. It's weird.
Oh my gosh, that's the confusing part. They just go with the, and then he wonders why you stop. Like, why would I want to keep watching that? I don't want to watch a grown man.
Flip flop.
Yeah.
I have been the same since the day I came on here. The way I felt about things then, still the same way I feel, only I know a little bit more now about how this shit works.
Yeah. Me too.
In a nutshell.
There's definitely a learning curve involved.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then there will be forever. I mean, life is a learning curve for that matter.
Like, as me being around and having seen so much, when I saw that Chop Easy guy over there, I was just like, oh no.
It's
AD's channels it's now like where they're preparing the meals for people to eat.
right. And that's like whatever the Workyverse was or is. I feel like AD kind of just took over the shine of that or something.
AD is the crack squad version of the jeans side. If you took the Workyverse and split it into the AD verse or the crack squad verse,
Right.
I have always said that if you go to Bird and Jean's channel and you're on the bottom row of the panel, you're probably food on the table. And it's the same at AD's.
Right. Because Gene and Bird have always been on the top. They're the king and the queen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's what their channels are designed to do. Like, there has to be a venue to gather everybody so you can read off the public opinion.
Right.
They could be, I mean, we don't know. They could be a form of controlled opposition.
Right. And
just so that people.
Part of it, written in.
I've seen guys fake friend breakups online just to see what the viewers say, to see if the viewers start talking about one or the other or lean one way or the other.
It's not because people are so easily influenced because they don't have a backbone that in general the majority of the audience is just so weak that they'll go with the flow, or what is it?
Yeah, but because a lot of people, that's why the live streams are kind of like the hot spot, is because they're counting on the demographic of people that are online a lot of the time.
Right.
So like for me, I just YouTube became like my TV alternative. I wasn't here to make friends or join any groups or seek any acceptance. I'm a watcher. I've seen things. I speak on it. I don't understand the whole group thing.
Yeah. At first, I was there trying to make friends, right? Like I could, lie and say, "Oh no, I never
cared." If you're in the kind of, I mean, I guess if you're trying to do music networking, I guess that should be part of your thing.
As a reactor, you're never going to go anywhere. Your page is never going to be seen by anybody. It's never going to get to the algorithm if you don't have somebody sharing you, even if they don't have very many subscribers, just somebody else that knows that you exist. Which is why I've been like stunted growth, because I choose not to work with other people. Nobody shares my shit. Nobody shouts me out. I do my own thing, and I can say that I've never had a handout.
Well, it's good that they don't. It's good that certain people don't, because you don't want bad people connecting themselves to you either.
It goes back to authenticity.
Yeah. And see, like, well, I'll share this stream out afterward because I reached all my limit of community posts today. I usually top off my limit by 10 a.m. every day.
You know, when I was reading some of your community posts, and they're all great, by the way, and I was thinking you kind of reminded me of myself a little bit. Somebody once told me YouTube. They told me that I used YouTube like Facebook, and I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, well, you share, too much personal
Everything.
stuff. And I'm like, well, that's my choice, isn't it?
Yeah, like I don't use any other social media, so I use this for my IG, my
Right.
videos, my shorts,
That's how
my
I'm becoming.
my community post is like blurbs or like like Twitter to me.
Yes,
Like
and
when I
it's like
see something, I speak on it like it's Twitter.
right, and people that follow you know what's going on because they follow you. Every post doesn't have to be like a serious, specific thing, But yeah, people will say like, "Oh, well, you use it too much," like Facebook. It's social media. This is where I go for everything now because I'm building something, obviously. So
How can you say that someone else is using it too much?
right,
There's this unsubscribe button.
exactly.
Or you know what, you can even filter your thing now to show you just videos, no posts. So why are
Yep.
you complaining to me? This is
Right.
a user-friendly platform. Go read up on how to do YouTube.
Yeah.
Don't bitch at me. This is not the complaint
It's
part.
everything. You're supposed to make polls. You're supposed to make community posts.
It's
A lot
engagement.
of
That's
times,
called crowd engagement for stupid people.
that's a privilege. It used to be a privilege to be allowed to post on your community wall. Like you didn't
Right.
just do that. So people have to realize there's things that there's levels and you earn shit, but it's about the engagement. Every comment helps. If you just tune in to be nosy on somebody, probably not helping other than the view. But it's weird. YouTube's a weird place.
Well, yeah, even like adding end cards to your videos, boosts you in the algorithm and shit because it suggests it to the viewer and things like that.
See, I could learn a lot about YouTube from you because even though you're not like a major content creator or anything like that, you've been around long enough, you've talked to enough of them, you've seen enough, surely, that you know what an end card is. I don't know what that means. I just found the YouTube studio where you can edit videos like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Oh, really? Well, see,
Yeah.
for a long time I worked in like I worked for a brand, so I did like brand and like social media algorithm stuff. Like it was just media marketing.
Yeah, that's what I'd
Hmm.
love to do. That's if I could go back to school again, that's what I would do. But I mean, I think that yeah, you could be even knowledgeable and help me with
Like
some
when
of
I was
that.
with Ruski, that's what I was for his friend to do, but nobody knew that. I was doing stuff behind the scenes with his channel.
Right,
I
there's a
mean,
lot
he
of
got up to 900 subs, people. You think he
yeah.
did that shit on his own?
No, I don't think you're smart enough for that. Come on now.
I was making him thumbnails. I was organizing shit, putting hashtags, putting the right titles, trying to show him what to do. He was pretending like he wanted help, and he never did.
Right. He was using you, basically.
Right. That was just his whole thing for, why we're being friendly. You're helping me with my channel. Remember? I need your help kind of shit.
Yep. Leverage or something yeah, that's just shitty, but I'm glad you don't have to deal with that shit anymore, other than what people say.
Oh, it was a drain. It was definitely draining.
Dreamy. I've seen him. One of the first lives I watched of him was No Life Mike was playing him going into a head shop or like a dispensary or something, filming the fucking shit and acting like a fucking dart, like acting like a straight up weirdo.
Yeah, I don't think he's all there. And I think they knew that.
Yeah, and then Mike called this place he was working at, which I don't agree with that kind of shit. I would never do that. But I was watching somebody that does, so if you want to call me a supporter of that shit, whatever. But Mike called like his job or something, and I don't know what happened if it got him fired, but it was hilarious. I can't lie.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was friends with him at the time, and I was the one having listened to everything that he was saying behind the scenes regarding all that stuff. And, you know, I felt bad. That's the kind of stuff that was happening that made me stick around and help him longer because I felt bad for him.
Right, right. So you said
You
no
know,
life Mike.
some people can grift on your empathy without anything else. They don't need anything else.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of men that lack something in their life will drift off your empathy. Whenever you wrote a post about No Life Mike, you said something about he's still not accepting you or something like that. He's still
No,
doesn't
I
like
said
you.
he's still holding a grudge. Like he's just always he'll hold grudges from like forever ago.
He
It's
probably
like
don't
that's
want
the
to.
kind of mentality that got your ass locked the frick up to begin with, you know? Let
gotta
it
admit,
go, bro.
He fucking schooled Kurt that time, though. You gotta admit.
What'd he do?
That one time, like back right after the true crime shit, right after the Gene Team and the Littles War and all that, I remember Kurt and fucking Mike were both on the same panel. And Mike comes up there and he's like telling Kurt, come catch a fade. You know.
Oh, I think No Life Mike's one of the strongest panel sharks.
Yes. But he never
That's
goes
why
on.
it's Oh, he's one of my favorites, and he's a truth troll.
See, I don't know what that is. I don't know what TTC means. I have no idea what
No,
any of that shit.
TTC is the trash talking channels. That's the sports network where they talk trash. But I'm talking about, like, he's a truth troll. Like, where he comes around, all he's got to do is be speaking real on something.
Mhm.
And if he's interrupting a lie, then it's another form of trolling them.
Yes. That's kind of what I do. I mean, I like to go in
Same.
place the facts and then, get timed out. But
See, that's why. And then they'll say, well, you want the attention because you're on the panel. It's like, no, in this community, this is what I have to do to be an effective truth troll.
Right, which is what Bird tried doing to me at first, was she would say shit about me, and then I tried to talk in the chat to tell people, this isn't true, and they kind of
Right, but here's the deal: in order for me to, my kind of in situations like that for me. So if my channel gets struck, say, and I have something that I want to address on a live stream, and somebody like Bird's live, okay, that's my ticket to ride, Mariah. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, fuck Mariah with her jaundiced looking ass. And then I can move into the next thing, which is whatever I wanted to talk about.
Yep, that's true.
My ticket to ride.
That's like the art of well, it's kind of like the art of communication. It's like taking control of a way that a conversation's going, or diverting, but it's for your own benefit, which is smart. It's really smart.
It's also like the art of war. Never outshine your masters. If you're at somebody else's place,
they don't want you there if you're outshining them.
They don't want you there outshining them, and they don't want you there. Really, if you're going to push an agenda, there's a thin line there. If you're going to come to somebody else's and push an agenda that might be pushing towards somebody that they like, or that it might get them in trouble, you better not throw somebody under the bus, but kind of. Like, okay, so if I start talking shit about you because they are,
right,
I can do that, and then we can segue into what I want to do, or what the chat wants, or I
or
can say what the chatters are saying. I could bring that up and say, "Oh, well, that chatter said,"
or they're talking about you or something, and then somebody comes in and diverts it to, well, what about this same topic but different person? Then that gets the people talking about that.
And then another thing for me is, so like if Hillbilly comes in and starts talking shit on me, I'm not going to necessarily talk shit on him. I'm going to go after somebody he loves, not real life, like his troll partner, Harley. So I'll just sit up there and just go on a Harley roast until his little shit disappears from the chat.
Right. And I think Harley hates me now. I thought we were cool, but I think I seen her say something about me and my liver or something the other day.
I don't think it's hate. I think it's just like what I said, the ticket to ride. Like Harley, it's been hot on her lately.
Yeah. When it gets
hot
on
somebody talk shit on.
Yeah,
you're safe bet. You're like me. It's easy. They could just talk. If it gets hot on them, they could either bring up you, me, or somebody else that doesn't have like a real.
Or resort to making fun of Bird being fat whenever the heat's on them. That's typical behavior.
Yeah.
And they know that some people know the truth, and I know the truth, so it doesn't. I'm only bothered by things whenever they're true, usually, because that's the nature of psychology. I think is that when somebody says something and it's true, that will really bother you. But
and in terms, I just want a disclaimer. Anything that I'm saying about all of the other people in the other community, I don't communicate with any of them. Like I don't talk to any of them, and I don't. This is just my opinion on it. I'm not saying it's true or that I have any facts to prove any of this stuff. It's just my.
Yeah, if I say I have facts, I'm probably going to show them. But otherwise, it's just kind of our opinions and the way that we see things right now.
Well, I have facts that Ruski and Bird and Wacky Jackie, or whoever that little team was, and Sly, they were working together with Sly, and I mean, they sent me the screenshot, so I kind of see how they work.
Like, how the fuck does that work out with Sly? Is that why you and Sly aren't cool anymore?
Well, it's not that we're not cool. I mean, I still hang out with her when I see her around. But I
It's
mean,
'cause you're
back then,
not
that was
allowed
like
to
a
have
year
them.
ago. Like,
Oh shit. Okay.
yeah, like a year or two ago, it was a totally different ball game. I mean, me and her were like cats and dogs. She was kind of hanging out with Bird and them, and me and her just were not getting along.
Oh, when she douched the tomato.
Probably around that time. Yeah.
I get it. I mean, and I've always liked Sly. I've always thought she was very real, very funny, very entertaining, very relatable. But I've seen that they like to pick on her a lot, and obviously, associating with some people will get you picked on.
Right.
So,
I mean, that shit doesn't bother her.
no, just like Bird. Like I don't think it bothers. I don't know. I don't know Bird that well, but I don't think Sly's bothered by the shit really.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
You know,
I mean, I think the thing, like, a lot of us women really, I mean, we're moms, so the only thing, like, if you mess with our kids outside of this, that's probably really the only.
Yeah, like when people talk about like my health, it doesn't bother me. People talk about me being semi-retarded, it doesn't bother me. Oh, she's autistic. It
They've
doesn't
said
bother me.
that.
Well, I am part. I'm like kind of autistic, but
No, I'm a little autistic, I think.
social cues is what I lack. I guess I don't always get jokes. I always think everything's serious. I'm very literal, very analytical.
Oh.
But I don't know. I don't pursue like the diagnosis at all on that. But yeah, it's
We've
bothered
all
me.
got a touch of the tism, okay?
We are all on the spectrum, yes.
Right.
And that shit don't bother me. It's like when they say like shit about my son, like I'm not a good mom. That when I get defensive over that, obviously, mama bear. But my son tells me he knows the truth. That shit don't matter. So why the fuck would I care? His opinion's the only one that matters. So
Yeah, same here.
it's like we know where our kids are at. We know what our kids are doing. So probably they're guilty and they feel guilty about their own parenting and shit they've done, so they got to project it in a way.
And it's just an easy dig, It
is. Everybody's a pedophile. Everybody's what do they
bad
resort to?
parent.
Yep. Everybody's on drugs. They're a pedophile. They're a bad parent, and then they start digging into their records.
Just discredit campaigns. It's a lot of energy that they put into it.
Nobody's credible. Why are people trying to discredit each other when nobody on this motherfucker's credible? We're not professionals.
No, we're not. I have always said, me and my alter, Lisa Lake, have always said that live streamers should have a license to live stream. Just like the government has regulations with the SEC or the FEC or whatever it's called.
Federal Communications.
Right. Is it the FCE?
FCC?
Right. FCC won't let me be.
On MTV. Yeah,
it definitely needs, these live shows definitely need to be policed. Like I'm seeing Indian women doing it.
Yes.
And on live streams, and that's not good.
And breasts constantly. Tits on Instagram. Like it's really getting wild on the internet. And I understand that it's gonna get wilder, but there should be some kind of license.
Especially they're gonna lock it. They're gonna lock it down.
Yeah, live streaming like true crime grifts and all that. Nobody has to be a professional to go live and make bank and spread their fucking propaganda.
Well, that's the thing. It's all like fake news. But here's the thing. The people that are watching it are like willing participants because there's nothing else to do. And they're willing to allow themselves to be programmed with the wrong information happily. Yes. And that just is mind-blowing to me. I'm like, why would you want to watch something where somebody's portraying it as real life and it's not?
Right. Because I want to be in tune with real life. And
yeah. Or just tell us, like, this is based loosely on real life, or, this is kind of like real, but not real.
It'll say based on a true story. So there's parts of it that are true, and it's somewhat along the lines of a story, but obviously it's not the same, and there's many differences.
What if YouTube forced the channel owners that do this stuff to pick a category, fiction, nonfiction,
that would be good.
Stuff like that, like a library. Yeah. They have us do like the people or blogs or entertainment, but they need to go a level deeper in on that.
Right. It's like, how can there be accountability when there's no rules or there's no written, fact? It's all subjective. How can you, punish one way or the other? But blurry lines there, but that would be good for our show, like especially if we do like dead internet theory or brain rot.
Yeah, you need to just come up with some ideas.
Oh, I'm full of them. Like when I did the show with Vic XL over on Country Rap Report, Ride Dirty Radio, I did the ideas every week. I would have a list, like a fucking 30-page list of topics ready to talk about. Like I did all the work, you know.
Do you feel like Bird just kind of tried to take that over, run interference on that? Did she cause the problems?
But I'm sure she kind of did, just kind of to dig at me. But honestly, if Vic's happy and she's happy doing it, it doesn't bother me really. It's just, it's like the motive behind it is what I question.
It's disappointing because it's
It
like
is
you were into it and you tried to contribute. Yeah, I know. That's how I felt when I was helping, what's his name, with his page. I was just like, are you serious or are you kidding?
Right.
You know.
You feel like you give so much of yourself and effort to something to just not get any kind of credit or, you know, benefit from it. But you live and you learn.
Yeah, I mean, now you can just take that and put it towards your own thing. And
it's nice not being obligated to anybody, not having to be at a show on a panel for fucking 4 to 8 hours every damn day. I wouldn't trade my life for that for nothing.
Well, you need to channel your creativity back into this and just come up with some, you know, brainstorm some ideas. You can hit me in my email. You have it. So
for sure. Yeah, I appreciate you. We're over an hour now, and
I'm gonna go I have some stuff to do, but this has been a great conversation.
I wish more people would watch, but you know, they will eventually.
Like I said, I'm gonna share it out tomorrow morning, probably. That's probably when YouTube will let me make another community post.
That's hilarious. I think it was a good conversation. Like anybody we talked about, I mean no ill will. Just a little disclaimer, you know, I wasn't talking bad about nobody. This is just what I'm observing and my opinion, since I never put it out there.
Me too. Same here. Not trolling.
Well, we know you put your opinion out there, which is why you're good for me, because it kind of opens me up a little bit, and I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you. You've been a great hostess.
Oh, well, thanks. I'm a little rusty. I haven't done it in a while, but
well, you did great.
I appreciate it.
I can't wait until next time.
Hell yeah, girl. Well, you know how to get on it, and I will definitely share this out. Everybody else, feel free to share it out.
All right. Thanks, Mariah. Thanks to everybody who watched. Hit the like button on this thing.
See you later, girl. Bye.
See ya.